The heavy rain poured like the sky was crying. Cars rushed past, splashing water everywhere. Nobody cared. Nobody even looked. On the cold roadside sat a young woman named Grace, shaking in the rain, her clothes torn, her face full of tears. She held her stomach like she had not eaten in days. Drivers stared through their car windows but kept moving. Some even frowned. To them, she was just another poor girl, invisible, alone, hopeless. Then one black car slowed down. A handsome young man stepped out. Daniel, a billionaire known for his cold heart and busy life. But today, something in his eyes changed. He walked to Grace, opened his umbrella, and knelt beside her. Hey, don't cry. You are safe now. Grace looked up in shock. For the first time in a long time, someone saw her, and that moment changed both of their lives forever. Grace sat on the roadside, her body shaking from cold and hunger. Her dress was torn, her hair soaked, and her eyes were tired from crying. People walked past. Cars drove by. Nobody stopped. Nobody asked if she was okay. She whispered to herself, voice shaking, "Why is life so hard for me? I don't want to suffer anymore." The rain fell harder, hitting her skin like tiny stones. Her stomach growled. She had not eaten since yesterday. She hugged herself, trying to stay warm. Then suddenly, a shiny black car slowed down beside her. The door opened gently. A young man stepped out, tall, neat, haircut, clean blue shirt, confident steps. His name was Daniel, one of the richest young businessmen in the city. People respected him, feared him even. He had money, houses, cars, everything, but on his face now was something rare, concern. He looked at Grace sitting on the wet ground. He held his umbrella and walked towards her slowly. "Hey," he said softly, kneeling down. "Why are you crying out here alone in the rain?" Grace looked up. Her voice was weak. I have nowhere to go. Nobody cares." Daniel's heart squeezed. He expected her to beg for money, but instead she begged for kindness. He took a slow breath. "You don't have to be alone," he said gently. "I am here now. Come with me. Let's get you warm and safe." Grace's eyes widened. Nobody had spoken to her like that for so long. Her lips trembled. Are you really talking to me?" Daniel nodded. He opened his jacket and wrapped it around her shivering shoulders. "Yes, I'm talking to you." Grace broke into tears, not because she was sad this time, but because for the first time in a long time, someone showed her kindness. Daniel slowly helped her stand. The cars behind honked impatiently, but he didn't care. Right there in the middle of the rain, two strangers met, one broken, one powerful, and their story was only just beginning. Daniel slowly guided Grace towards his car. Her legs were weak and she almost fell twice. He held her firmly like she was precious, not a woman people ignored. The driver opened the door, confused. Daniel never brought strangers home, never helped anyone on the street, never cared about anything emotional. But today was different. Grace sat inside carefully, afraid to dirty the seat. She looked around in shock. The car was clean, warm, and smelled expensive. "Don't worry," Daniel said softly. "You are safe." He handed her a small towel and a water bottle. She stared at him like they were diamonds. "Drink," he insisted. She took tiny sips. Her hands shook. Her lips were pale. Daniel watched her, his heart heavy. Flashback hit him. Suddenly in his mind, he saw a little boy sitting under a broken shed in the rain, crying, hungry, invisible. That boy was him, not rich, not powerful, not loved. His father left. His mother worked as a cleaner. They sometimes slept outside when they had nowhere to stay. He remembered one rainy night when nobody helped them. Only one old woman gave him bread and a small umbrella. That day, he promised, "When I grow up, I will help someone the way she helped me." But when he became rich, he forgot. He became cold, busy, and proud. Seeing Grace in the rain broke open a door in his heart he locked long ago. Back to the car, Grace noticed his silence. "Sir," she whispered, "thank you. Why are you helping me?" Daniel swallowed hard. "Because someone once helped me when I had nothing." Grace stared at him, surprised. "You were like me." He nodded, eyes shining a little with emotion. "Yes, I know how it feels to be forgotten." Her eyes filled with tears again, but this time soft tears, tears of understanding. The car stopped in front of a beautiful mansion. Tall gates, flowers, shining windows. It looked like a dream. Grace froze. I can't go inside there. I don't belong." Daniel turned to her gently. "You belong where kindness lives. Come." He opened the door for her like she was a queen. She hesitated, then stepped out. A maid rushed towards them. "Sir, who is—" Daniel raised his hand. "This is Grace. She's my guest. Treat her with respect." Grace stood in shock. Nobody ever introduced her like that in her life. The maid nodded. "Yes, sir." Inside the mansion, warm lights, soft carpets, and clean air, beautiful furniture. Grace's eyes widened like a child seeing a fairy tale. She touched the sofa slowly, afraid it might disappear. Daniel watched her silently. She looked so small, so lost, and he realized this wasn't just kindness anymore. He felt a connection, a responsibility, maybe even fate. Grace sat quietly. "Why are you staring at me?" she asked shyly. Daniel smiled a little. "Because you remind me where I came from and who I used to be." Grace turned away, emotional. She held her chest. I thought life ended for me today," she whispered. "I prayed in the rain, 'God, please send someone,' and then you came." Daniel felt something strong inside him, something he had forgotten. Compassion, humanity, purpose. He gently placed a blanket around her shoulders. "Grace," he said softly, "I don't know why our paths met today, but I believe it is not a mistake." Grace looked up, eyes shining, voice trembling. "Maybe God remembered me." Daniel nodded slowly. "And maybe he remembered me too." Their hearts were quiet but connected. In that moment, three things changed forever. Grace found hope, Daniel found his heart, and a new story began. One nobody expected. Days passed. Grace stayed in a small guest room in Daniel's mansion. She ate good food, wore clean clothes, and finally slept without fear. At first, she woke up scared every morning, thinking it was a dream. But every day, Daniel checked on her. "Are you okay? Do you need anything?" She couldn't believe someone so rich could be so gentle. And Daniel, he felt peace inside him for the first time in years. One morning, Daniel said, "I don't want you to depend on me forever. I want you to stand strong again." He took her to a job center. She shook with fear. "Do you think I can walk?" "I don't have skills," she whispered. Daniel smiled kindly. "You survived the streets. That means you are strong, stronger than many people in fancy clothes." Grace breathed deeply. For the first time in many years, she felt capable. He helped her apply for a training program. Everyone in the office stared. A billionaire helping a homeless girl, but he didn't care. He believed in her, and she started believing in herself too. Grace worked hard, learned fast, and slowly built her life again. She got a small apartment, a job, and hope. One evening, she returned to Daniel's mansion not as a beggar, but as a new woman. She looked at him with grateful eyes. "Sir, thank you for saving my life." Daniel shook his head softly. "No, Grace, you saved mine too. You reminded me what it means to be human." They stood in silence, two souls who crossed paths by fate. Not lovers yet, not strangers anymore, but two people forever changed by kindness. Moral lessons. Never ignore someone in pain. Kindness can save a life. No situation is permanent. God can turn tears into testimony. Money is powerful, but a kind heart is greater. Helping others doesn't reduce you, it increases your purpose. A person with nothing today can become somebody tomorrow. Dear viewers, Thank you for watching this story. Please don't scroll away without hitting subscribe. Your support means everything. Stay with this channel for more powerful emotional stories full of lessons, hope and inspiration. Subscribe, like, share and comment. Turn on notifications so you don't miss the next story. God bless you for supporting this channel. If this story touched your heart, type kindness wins in the comments.